Welcome to the second 2026 YouTube live stream. I'm your host, Justin Mack, with McDermott Media here at the Freedom Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got a big show for you today. Do me a favor and click that like tab, click that subscribe tab. Help show your support to the podcast. Help us defeat the Matrix. It's all about breaking the Matrix, escaping the Matrix. We got officers fired, $2.4 million lawsuit live. First Amendment auditor wins $2.4 million lawsuit. So you say you want to be a First Amendment auditor. You want to put in the work. You can learn here how to win $2.4 million lawsuits against dirty cops. Subscribe now. Subscribe to the channel. Learn how to sue dirty cops and win as a First Amendment auditor. You too can win your own very own $2.4 million lawsuit against tyrant cops. Appreciate all the thousands of people watching, the hundreds of thousands subscribing to our channels, thousands of people watching, becoming more informed, more educated every day to our top quality, highly informative, highly educational content. I appreciate it. Let's dive right into it. Officers fired. First Amendment auditor wins $2.4 million lawsuit. Trolls completely lose their mind because they got to maintain being a wagey, going and working 9 to 5 every day, slaving their life away for the system. Paying for all that Somali fraud. Meanwhile, First Amendment auditor, you go out one time, find that dirty cop. You can learn how to do it here. Subscribe now. Learn how to expose dirty cops and win $2.4 million lawsuits. Then you too can have your own podcast. You too can freely exercise your First Amendment rights without fear of being fired from your job, without fear of being kicked out of your college or university or school for exercising your First Amendment rights. So, yeah. Exposing all those mentally ill cops. Could you imagine doing some of the things those mentally ill police officers do to other human beings, to animals? As a First Amendment auditor, you'll never have to do those things. Let's dive right into it. Blackman Leone, police officer, fired. Township board votes to fire the police officer. Brent Dockstader, a now fired Blackman Leone police force officer, was fired by the township board following an internal investigation into an incident where he unholstered his duty weapon and made threatening remarks to a fellow officer. Wow, not a First Amendment auditor, not a cop watcher, a fellow cop threatening a cop. Cop on cop. It turns out to be dirty cop on dirty cop. Dockstader entered the Leone Township Fire Station living headquarters, hugged a fellow detective, unholstered his firearm, and pointed it at the floor and told the room he was there to F something up. Dockstader was criminally charged with felonious assault. Blackman Leone police officer Dockstader had a jury trial but was found not guilty of the felonious assault charge. See, they can't even convict a dirty cop. That's how bad our justice system is. The jury pools are stacked with police officers' wives, police officers' husbands, court workers, government workers, public employees. The jury pool is only so big, it's only so large. You th- they can't do it like they do with the voting pool, the electorate pool, where they can just pull bodies out of cemeteries. All they need is names for the elections, but it's essentially pretty similar. The voting pool, the jury pool is only so big. In a town of 100,000 in Jackson, Michigan, there's probably only a jury pool of about the same 100 people they pick every time. They pick the same people every time for these juries, these hand-picked juries. It's always court workers, retired court workers, retired workers that worked in the judge's office, retired workers that used to work in the prosecutor's office, retired police officers. It's like, that's a rigged jury. That's stacked. That's not a jury of your peers. It's always in favor of the court system, the corrupt system, the rigged system. I've seen it. I've recorded enough times at those courthouses. You've seen me up there dozens and dozens of times recording. I've seen it's the same jury pool every time they pull up there. It's the same people every time. The same court workers that I used to record that don't work there anymore. Now they're all the jury, the same people every time. That way they can rig it, stack it. If you got to have a trial, you need to go in there and let them know your defense attorney won't do it. The judge won't do it. They won't notify the jury about no jury nullification. You got to introduce jury nullification in your own case. You got to take the stand in your own case. If you get called to trial, take the stand in your own case. Otherwise, you're just admitting guilt. You don't take the stand on your own behalf. So, yeah, Blackman Leone officer fired. And he did this towards another officer that got fired. for lying on the stand. He faced felonies for perjury. He was later fired. Two dirty cops exposed by First Amendment auditors, now fired. First Amendment auditor wins $2.4 million lawsuit, becomes a podcaster, YouTube creator, living the life, just living it up. Not having to be a wagey, slave your life away at a shop somewhere, be a shop rat. That's no life, working your life away to pay taxes, or pay for all that fraud in America, the billions of dollars in fraud. They might as well call it fraud, not taxes. You're paying fraud. You're paying for all the foreign invaders to continue committing fraud against the American taxpayer, the white Native American. You got to do your part. You know, you see all these stupid people out there, all these natives, Native Americans, they want to get out there and tribalize up, organize up. All these white Christians, they want to organize for the ridiculous sports ball for the World Cup soccer that any ignorant retard could run around in circles and kick a ball around. It doesn't take anyone with but a sub 70 IQ, low IQ, low impulse control creatures. That's why all these, it's so popular. So many people can do it. The most uneducated retards can do it, run around in circles and kick a ball around. It doesn't take any education, no knowledge. Now, if the people could organize and rally around together for something real, a real cause, a just cause, like mass deportations, like rounding up every single legal and illegal foreign invader, 8 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy, they all got to go. We could really have something in this country. We could have a great nation once again. We could restore America. Instead of all these people rallying around, all they can organize for is for some ridiculous sports ball game. World Cup soccer, football. Why don't you direct your energy, direct your attention towards rallying, organizing for a real cause, like protecting your First Amendment rights, protecting your Second Amendment rights, mass deportation, every single. They all got to go. That leads us into the new police officer in America. I've been blowing the whistle for years now. The new police officer, foreign cops, H-1B cops, green card cops, lawful permanent residents, green card citizens, DACA, Obama's dreamers, Obama's DACA recipients. They're all cops now. They're all military now. Well, not all of them, but many of them weaponized against the white Native American, the white Christian. Dozens of states and municipalities allow non citizens who hold valid federal work authorizations like green cards or visas to become sworn police officers. Happening. Don't tell me it's not true. You defenders of the thin blue line that want to keep telling me this for years as I've been blowing the whistle, as Officer Muhammad's knocking on my door, as Officer Singh The rape jeet straight from India is knocking my door. Now a sworn police officer because they got a ping on a flock camera said my car was in an area when it wasn't. Maybe you can be the next one to have Officer Mohammed, Officer Singh, the rape jeet straight from New Delhi, India, knocking on your door. Black Leone's new cops, Jackson City's new cops, Officer Delgado straight from Venezuela, Officer Gutierrez straight from Mexico. When are the white Christian Native Americans going to rally up and anything like defending your blood, protecting your culture, protecting your Christian identity from the foreign invasion? Let's rally and organize for that. I want to see you organize for that, not some ridiculous low IQ World Cup soccer sports ball. If you want to restore America, it's a good place to start. Good place to begin. I've been seeing some of the big podcasters in the millions talking about it now, after I've been talking about it for years. They shouldn't even be allowed to carry a firearm. First of all, they shouldn't be in our country. They definitely shouldn't be getting a badge and a firearm and given authority over us Native Americans, us Christian Native Americans. The tiny hats, Israel sends them all over here. Israel starts another war that America's got to go finish. All America's troops got to go risk their lives, risk it all for Israel. And then when the war's over, when it's all done, then all the foreign invaders are all dumped into America. They're not all dumped into Israel. They're not all dumped into Tel Aviv. The tiny hats send them all over to America, call them refugees. What do you think's going on in Lebanon right now? Gaza. Israel's wiping out more entire cities in Lebanon. Where do you think all those Lebanese refugees are going to be shipped off to? Europe and America. They're not going to be taken in by Israel. I'm glad people are blowing the whistle. Now even Trump is speaking out against Israel, what's going on. Everyone around the world stage is turning on Israel. Basically, every single war in history it seems like nearly every single war in history has been started by Israel, one way or another, or by the Jewish population. It was going on long before Israel existed. The Jewish population, every single war somehow has been started by the Jews, by the tiny hats, many people would say. All you people that were over there fighting in Iraq, 2006, Battle of Fallujah, fighting in Kabul, Afghanistan, protecting all their poppy fields, claiming you're there protecting freedom and liberty. all you that were told a lie that you're over there fighting them over there in Iraq so you didn't have to fight them on US soil just to have your own government import them by the millions and flood your community with millions of third world military age men 20 years later. You were all fooled, you were all tricked and believing you were engaged in a righteous cause. Fight them over there in Iraq so you don't have to do it in America. What a big lie. You were all fooled. You were all deceived. Once again, fighting your war for Israel, fighting your war for the tiny hats, giving it all for the tiny hats. You must feel awful. You must feel terrible right now. I couldn't imagine being so easily tricked. That's what they do. Look at COVID. Look at all the millions of people who were tricked in COVID, deceived. So, yeah, we're talking officer lawsuits, talking foreigners, the new police force in America, the foreign cop, the H-1B, the green card, the visa cop, Officer Mohammed, Officer Singh, Officer Abdullah, Officer Ahmed. It's time for you white Christian Native Americans to do your part. Stand up, stand by, protect your blood, protect your soil, protect your culture. Because the police, they won't do it. You can't expect the police to help you. The new police force, they're green card cops, visa cops, H-1B cops. They can barely speak English. They can't even read, can't write English. But these police departments think it's a good idea to give them a gun and a badge and authority, power over you as the Native American Christian. While you're too busy rallying around organizing for your ridiculous sports ball, your World Cup soccer. Meanwhile, in Michigan, we're reporting out of Michigan, thousands, thousands and thousands of Iraqi foreigners gathering on the streets of Jackson, Michigan, Dearborn, Michigan, rallying for Iraq's soccer team. I thought I was back in the Battle of Fallujah 2006, Iraq. It's worse in the Michigan. Many areas of Michigan are completely unrecognizable. It's far worse than Fallujah, Iraq, 2006, the Battle of Fallujah. Far worse than Kabul, Afghanistan. I'm living it. I'm in ground zero. It's not just New York City. It's not just Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. It's not just Columbus, Ohio. It's Jackson, Michigan. It's Lansing, Michigan. Dearborn, Michigan. Kalamazoo, Michigan. Grand Rapids, Michigan. You'd think you went to Venezuela or Mexico. You go up the 131 corridor. South Bend, Indiana, all the way up to Traverse City. Nothing but Mexicans. Low IQ, third world, low impulse control Mexicans. Venezuela. Raping the culture of Michigan, raping the economy of Michigan, day in and day out. All the while, the white Christian Native American, what are they doing? Rallying around for their sports ball, their soccer game. That takes us to Hamtramck, city manager fired. Hamtramck city manager Adel Adlani fired. They went crazy. They had the mayor Adam Al Harbi and the mayor pro tem Mohammed Hassan decided to fire Abdullah. Now Mayor Al Harbi Mohammed is trying to reinstate El Adlani. I mean, you can't make this up. Complete foreign takeover. That used to be a majority Polish city. Now you can't find a Polish person in it. They were conquered by the Islamification of Michigan. Now a Michigan senator, Abdul Saeed, he's one of the main perpetrators of the Islamification of Michigan. He's all the time having these big Islamification up at the Michigan State Capitol, pushing Islam down the throats of the white Christian Native Americans. All the while, the Michigan State Police are there to arrest you, the white Christian, for speaking up about it. The First Amendment doesn't protect Islam. The First Amendment protects Christianity only. The First Amendment is for the right to practice the freedom of religion of Christianity only. There is no right to practice Islam. There is no right to practice the religion of Judaism. That's not protected by the First Amendment. To practice Christianity only. I hate to break it to you. I hate to interpret it to you at the highest level, since these inferior, radical, activist, feminist, DEI judges are incapable of interpreting rule of law at the highest level. These non-Christian Jewish judges, these non-Christian Muslim judges. You can't be a judge in America if you're a non-interpret Christian rule of law at the highest levels if you're a non-Christian judge. It's not possible. Go restore rule of law in America one way or another. Need to get out there and do your rise up, stand up. Blackman Leone police ended a man, unarmed, homeless man. Blackman Leone cop Chandler Fritt ends a homeless man, unloads a full mag, Townley for the crime of being cold, hungry. Officers who ended Townley, protected by the tiny hat prosecutor, Jerry Jew Zinkowitz. Blackman Leone police officer Chandler Fritt and James Pruce, Jackson County Sheriff Deputy Archie Wickham, Jackson police officers David Renteria and Peter Postma discharged their weapons nearly 100 times. Only dozens of times as he bled out all over the streets. Blackman Leone police officer placed Kenneth Townley in handcuffs as he bled out in the streets with dozens of holes, as his body was riddled with dozens of bullet holes. That's disgusting. That's disturbing. Homeless guy wouldn't take his hand out of his pocket, so the cop freaked out and unloaded on him, mag dumped into him. Rookie cop Chandler Fritt. Rookie cop Blackman Leone, rookie cop Chandler Fritt claims to be a Christian, fake Christian, mag dumped into a real Christian. Kenneth Townley, say his name, Kenneth Townley. Mag dumped into him because he was so afraid his hands were in his pocket. The same cop, Chandler Fritt, nearly tried the same thing on me. Chandler Fritt tried to end me. telling me to show me your hands, show me your hands. The dangerous cop. I tried blowing the whistle to his superiors, his sergeants. They didn't want to hear anything. They think they know it all. They didn't want to hear nothing. All they know is threats, force, and violence. A cop. Less than 6 months later, Chandler Fritt went and shot and killed this guy, Kenneth Townley, with 5 other cops. Archie Wickham, he's dead now. He took his own life. He couldn't live with it. He took his own life less than a year later. David Renteria, city cop, he retired a week later. Postma, he was arrested for disorderly conduct. Or Bruce was arrested for disorderly conduct. Shortly after that, or before that, they promoted Chandler Fritt. He nearly killed another guy for passing a $20 counterfeit bill. Nearly ended him about a week after ending this homeless guy. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. He nearly killed me. He tried to. He seriously tried to. He really wanted to. This rookie cop, he had that itchy trigger finger. I knew he was dangerous. I knew he was going to go and kill people, multiple people in his career, and he did. Within 6 months, he did. Kenneth Townley. I tried blowing the whistle to his superiors. We could have saved the life of this man, but they didn't want to hear nothing about it. They think they know it all, living in their little bubble, their echo chamber, a tyrant cops, dangerous cops, Jewish IDF soldier cops, foreign invader cops. You know, he's not there arresting any foreign invaders, any illegal aliens, but he's right there quick to end a white Christian Native American for being cold, hungry, and homeless. Kenneth Townley. Say his name, Kenneth Townley. I'm sure he's up at night, wakes up at night in cold sweats, having nightmares about it. Maybe not. Probably completely mentally ill, completely lost it. Cop lost it. Cop lost his mind after engaging in such a horrific act towards another human being, taking another life with a senseless act. But he was protected by the system, by the tiny hat prosecutor, Jerry Jew Zinkowitz. Doesn't surprise me. Just remember that, all you white Christian Native Americans, the police, the judges, the prosecutor, they're not there to protect you. The system's not there to protect you as a white Christian. They're only there to erase you and replace you so that you can be replaced by some Somali invader, some Venezuelan invader, by Edgar, by Mohammed, by Ahmed Singh. You need to do your part. Every time you see a foreigner out in 7-Eleven, you hear him out speaking Mexican. You hear him out speaking dirt, 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 dirt. Some Pajit out there can't speak English. Call 911. Get these traitor cops out there. Get them to do their job and arrest this rape Jeet. Get them out there to arrest this Venezuelan Edgar Martinez Rodriguez Gomez. Get them out. You got to do your part. Call 911. Record it. Get the cop's name and badge number. Expose it for all to see. Expose these bad cops. You know, if you run into a foreign invader, you run into one of these super predators, these blacks, as a white Christian Native American, you only had two choices. You got to walk away, stay completely far away as possible from any of these foreign invaders, any of these black super predators as a white Christian Native American, or you're going to get attacked, seriously injured, maybe killed. And if you try to defend yourself, use your Second Amendment rights, stand your ground, the justice system, the police officers, they're going to lock you up, lock you away for being a white Christian Native American in the two-tier justice system. It's not just in the UK, it's right in America, the two-tier justice system. These non-Christian tiny hat judges like Allison Batestein, Michael Clarenstein, flooding your communities with tens of thousands of third worlders from Iraq, Venezuela, the Congo, all the while stripping you of your Second Amendment rights, rendering you helpless as they flood your community with military-aged men from Iraq, from Afghanistan, from Yemen, from Sudan. I say enough is enough. Stand up, stand by, protect your blood, protect your soil, protect your Christian identity from the foreign invasion, from the H-1B cops, the green card cops, Judge Mohammed, Judge Singh, Judge Steinberg, Judge Finkelstein, non-Christian judges, non-Christian cops. We'll restore order one way or another in America. We'll restore America. What a great time to be alive. So thankful, so grateful for each and every one of you joining us here on this YouTube live stream, exposing the foreign invasion. Michigan is completely unrecognizable, packed full of Pajeets shitting all over the streets, packed full of Mexicans, packed full of Venezuelans, Somalians, making Ohio, Indiana, Michigan completely unrecognizable. The northern border is completely wide open. They just changed tactics. Once they locked the southern border down, now they're all just flooding through the northern border from Canada. The northern border's wide open. Michigan's become completely unrecognizable. All you white Christian Native Americans, you better rise up, lock and load. Exercise those rights before you lose those rights, before Officer Muhammad comes to your knocking on your door like my house. Officer Singh comes knocking on your door over a false camera, false flock camera ping. Once you got one of these foreign invaders knocking on your door, one of these real Africans from Somalia knocking on your door, maybe you'll wake up. But until then, got to do your part. We're going to wrap this video up here at Freedom News now. So thankful, so grateful for each and every one of you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Consider a super chat donation. Help support the podcast, the live stream. Consider becoming a member. Watch those members only videos. You will not be disappointed. It's worth every penny. Consider becoming a member and join here at Freedom News now. Follow us over on Facebook, Twitter, X. And that's all for now. It's all about breaking the matrix. Game over, matrix. We'll never give up. Go watch some of our other published YouTube videos if you like those First Amendment audits, cop watch videos. We've got hundreds of those videos exposing tyrant cops, bad cops, dirty cops. It's real easy to do. Subscribe to our channel if you want to learn how to be a First Amendment auditor who wins $2.4 million lawsuit exposing dirty cops. Subscribe now. I want every single foreign invader out. I want mass deportation in America, not just illegal. I want every single legal H-1B, green card, visa. I want to be able to recognize Major League Baseball. Used to be America's pastime. Now it's nothing but Mexicans, Venezuelans. Not a single player can speak English. Chinese, Japanese, Dominican. I don't recognize America's pastime. It looks like Mexican's pastime, Venezuela's pastime, China's pastime. I haven't watched an MLB baseball game now in years. It's unrecognizable, just like Michigan, just like the rest of America, completely unrecognizable as a country. That's why you need to do your part. Stand up, stand by. Report single foreign invader you see. Call 911. Record and publish it for all to see. On every single one's gotta go now. With that being said, Christ is King. America first. America only. Restore America.